Welcome back, baby. Welcome back. As Uncle Mike would say. Unfortunately, Uncle Mike is not with us today. Emergency call. He had to be in Montreal, but the show must go on. Therefore, Jessica Sanchez, yours truly, is taking over today. As you all know, I am disguised. I will never show my face. So this is what you get for a little bit. But before I run tonight's episode, I just have to hit a few things or else Uncle Mike would be very mad at me. So first things first, I gotta hit our social media. So at Official Tums on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Twitter, wherever you go, it's at Official Tums to join in the program. Also, we do have YouTube. Therefore, you could visit all our archived shows on youtube.com/Coast to Coast Studios. I repeat, it's youtube.com/Coast to Coast Studios. And since we got into the new studio, we've been also on Facebook Live. So if any of you are joining us on Facebook, it's facebook.com/The Uncle Mike Show. And tonight's podcast is broadcasted live on Facebook as well. So Uncle Mike would want to hit a few things before we air tonight's episode. One of the things that he does is the Coast to Coast of the week. Tonight's Coast to Coast is yours truly, Victoria's Secret model. Since it was the Victoria's Secret fashion show a couple of days ago, we said, why not look at that beautiful Victoria's Secret model pointing the fingers side to side. And you can also submit your submissions at theunclemikeshow@gmail.com. Submit your Coast to Coast. For sure you'll find one. Get it to us. We will post it up. Next we have our TBT. Since our shows are on Thursdays, we have the TBT. So tonight's TBT, we are going to bring it back to last week's episode. What an epic episode that was, with Raz, Mr. Raz Chaks from Antica Cafe, opening very soon. And if you've missed that episode, once again, youtube.com/Coast to Coast Studios, you'll find it in the archives. I'm not going to say that much more today. I will join in a bit after the episode, but tonight's episode is a very, very anticipated episode. We have Chef Sebouh from Myric restaurant in Toronto. So this guy has taken Armenian food and fusioned it so well, and we had the chance to go and experience his food. It is awesome, guys. If you guys have a chance to go, if you're in the city of Toronto, please make sure you do visit Myric restaurant. It is awesome fusion Armenian food. So before anything else, before next week's episodes or whatnot, I am going to give it away to the video. So here you go, guys. Enjoy the second episode in Toronto, actually. Yes, we just got that. It's the second episode that we actually shoot in Toronto. Here you go, guys. Chef Sebouh, executive chef of Myric. Here we go.
What's crack-a-lackin', Uncle Hood? We're back, baby. Mobile edition of the Uncle Mike Show is about to give you a new fleet of interviews. We're starting this bad boy off with a new restaurant. Everybody knows I'm Armenian, and a young Thundercat in the city of Toronto has opened a brand new restaurant. Chef owner Sebouh, www.theunclemikeshow.com. Couple of cameras in our mobile studio, and here we go. First off on the hit list, a new restaurant that opened on Bayview. Myric restaurant. The owner and chef himself, Sebouh, is walking in right now.
What's going on?
Sebouh, what's up, brother?
How are you?
In the city of Toronto.
That's it.
You've made a lot of noise. Before we start crack-a-lacking about your new joint, first let's try to get to know who is Sebouh. How old are you, bud?
I'm 23 years old, turning 24 December.
Wow, a young Thundercat.
That's it.
Born and raised in Toronto?
Born and raised in Toronto, man.
The
Toronto,
city,
all the way Toronto.
the city embraced the Uncle Mike Show since we moved in. I want to say thank you because we've met you a few times at the ACC Summerfest.
Yeah.
The community's embraced you. You're one of the kids growing up. I want you to talk to me a little bit about the city of Toronto itself. I'm still trying to find new places to eat, new places to hang out. If I were to ask you one place to eat and one place to have a nice beer, where would you recommend?
My favorite spot to eat in Toronto, hands down, is Bar Isabel.
Okay.
It's a Spanish tapas restaurant on College, just east of Ossington. To me, it's one of my favorites.
Okay, that's why we were asking you.
I cannot get over that place. I used to be there 3 times a week at one point. Now it's hard for me to get down there because I am up here at all times. But anytime I get a chance to, I'm down there eating. And for a beer or for a cocktail, I'm usually at Civil Liberties on Bloor West. And that place to me is one of the most fun places. It's energetic, it's live, but at the same time, it's subtle. It's not overly crowded, but it's amazing drinks, amazing atmosphere at all times.
www.theunclemikeshow.com. You heard it right here. If you're looking for a location and you come to the 6, now you know where to go. Okay, Sebouh, we got to be very honest.
Let's do it.
You're young and you just opened one of the hottest restaurants in the city of Toronto.
Yeah.
Before we get to the door, the key going into the door and opening for your first day, talk to me about the dream you had before even embarking in the restoration industry.
I've always been into food. I've always loved food. I've always loved eating. I've always loved going out, and I've always loved cooking. I was a youngin'. I told my parents, I go, Dad, Mom, I want to be a chef. My mom was very supportive. My dad was a little iffy on it because he's old school. So for him, he doesn't know what a chef is. So, but my mom was very, very supportive of my dream of becoming a chef. So that's where it all started for me. Rewind back 7 years ago, I lost my mom. I lost my mom in a very tragic car accident. And for me, she was the one who taught me how to cook. She inspired me to cook every single day. So to me, that meant I have to now work harder to make sure that I make her proud and become the best cook / chef that I can be. So I was in the hospital, whatever, came out, finished up my high school degree, and I moved away to New York. Moved away to New York to a school called the Culinary Institute of America. The Culinary Institute of America is a very, very elite school, very small university. It's very, very high end, and it's something out of like a movie. It's all chefs, it's all pastry chefs, and we're all going for one thing and one thing only, and that's to become the best that we can be.
Absolutely.
So that's where it all basically formed for me. Did school there, came back, and I started working. I was 19 at the time. I got my first sous chef position, at a restaurant called Trinity Taverna in the Lakeshore. Anybody from Montreal, they know the group. It's the Kit Cheval group.
Okay.
So same owner came over here and opened up a huge, massive Greek restaurant called Trinity. And Trinity was an operation. Trinity was a 900-seat operation.
Wow. And
at the age of 19, when you basically give up your social life and you're on a 7-day-a-week,
you have dreams, bro.
18 hours a day. And for me, it was my best friends and my very, very close friends and family knew what I was doing. So they knew that I was sacrificing all that, going out, partying, doing what I used to do, to go for one goal and one goal only, and that was to open up a restaurant eventually. On what name, what food, I didn't know yet.
Okay.
So I did that. From there, I got poached to a restaurant, and poaching means like they pick you and they basically tell you, hey, I'm opening up a restaurant, can you come work with me, kind of thing.
Nice. That means that you have skills. Somebody
basically
must have seen what you're doing.
And in our industry, it's a very common thing to be poached from places.
Okay.
We call it now, like, it's funny how we say it now, it's chefs are like chess pieces, and they're all placed into very specific places at specific times.
Because I think that a great chef and a great restaurant not necessarily could blend together.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to find what you're good at, and I guess that's where the chess pieces
exactly
comes
so
into play.
Me, I came out as the standpoint of the new kid on the block that was into the whole Mediterranean, Eastern Mediterranean cuisines. That's what I came out to be, and which I do love that cuisine. It's one of my favorites. So I went and opened up a restaurant called Malmaka's Taverna in Ossington. Till this day, that place is still busy. It's still going, which I'm very, very happy about.
Good.
But that was my first head chef position at the age of 21. Crazy, crazy busy.
And at this point, have you realized that this is your passion?
Yes.
That you wake up in the morning with a smile on your face?
Every morning I wake up, at that time and till now, I wake up with a smile on my face. I'm not going to work. I'm going to do what I love. I'm going to have fun.
That's awesome.
So I did that, and then once I was finished with that, about a year in, I said, you know what? I gotta get the hell out of this city. I gotta go away. I was on 3 years of no sleep, 7 days a week, 18 hours a day. I said, you know what? I have to get out of the city to relax a little bit. So I told one of my good friends, I said, yo, I think we should go to Armenia.
Okay.
He goes, why? I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, I think we need to go to Armenia. I haven't been back in 7 years. I want to go back. He goes, I'm down. Let's do it. So we went. August 1st was our flight out. We went there, and it was, for me, it was a big culture shock, because what I knew as Armenia and what I saw was a huge difference.
Okay.
From the restaurant qualities to the beers and to the wines, and I didn't know Armenia produced wine. I knew they produced wine, but not to the caliber that they produce now.
Yeah. There's this Montreal-based company, Calinours.
Yeah, and I work with them.
Absolutely. I saw.
He's got us in here right now.
Good.
And we're working on way more things to bring over more to the Toronto scene. And that's where it opened up my eyes to the concept, to the name, to everything.
So basically, that Armenia trip is where you
came up with Mayrik.
Okay, so Myric, that's what I wanted to get to first of all. The name.
So Mayrik, as we all know, is the most enduring way to say mother in Armenian. So for me, it only felt right to at least the first restaurant in ode to my late mother.
Okay.
I have to, because she's the one who taught me how to cook. She gave me the passion to cook.
Did you guys see how he said his first restaurant? Because he ain't done. Homeboy's 23 years old, bro, and he's talking about another one. I love that. I love that. Go on.
So for us, and I partnered up with my good friend Aram, that me and him grew up together. Me and his younger brother literally grew up from diapers all the way to now. So I was like, Aram, I think it's the right time, man. I think we should partner up. And I go, let's find a location where it'll be good for us. And we started looking. He goes, do you have a menu? I said, yeah. He goes, do you have a wine list? I said, yeah, man. I go, everything is ready to go. I have all the chess pieces are in place. I have my mixologist. I have my wine guys. I have everything in place. All we need is a goddamn location. So then I'm up all night. I'm online. I'm searching restaurants for sale in Leaside. And this spot comes up where we are right now. So I called my partner Aram at like 2 a.m. I was like, Aram, go on your computer now. He goes, Seb, I'm in bed. I go, get up now and go on your computer. I'm sending you a link. He goes, okay. I sent him the link. He looks at it. He goes, where did you find this? I was like, dude, shut up and call the real estate agent tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. He goes, done. Call the real estate agent. He goes, oh no, it's already taken, blah, blah, blah.
Oh no, here we go.
Aram's like, I'm not believing this. He comes to Bayview. He comes to where we are. He comes here and he calls the landlord. So in Toronto, by law, if there's an eviction, the landlord has to post his full name and his phone number on the door. Aram calls the landlord. And he goes, hey, sir, how are you, blah, blah, blah. Chit chat. The guy goes, I'll be there in 20 minutes.
Okay, here we go.
And Aram calls me and he goes, Seb, can you come? I was like, dude, I'm catering. I can't leave my job. I have my own catering company also.
Nice.
So I couldn't leave the job that I was at. And he goes, all right, fine. He goes, so he calls my dad. He goes, Amo Jack, can you come down right now? And he goes, I'll be there in 10 minutes. They come down, chit chat, this, that, whatever. 20 minutes in, my dad and the landlord are shaking hands.
Wow.
They called me, they go, Seb, done. Location's done. Okay. I was like, all right. Now the hard part begins.
For sure.
Get the designer in there. Get this guy in there. Get the contractor in there. Get everybody that we know in there to start looking. And that's where it all started. Like, my designer is a very good friend of mine. We grew up together. His name is Razim Titizian. Very creative, very knowing to what he does. For me, all I said to him was, I want two things, man. I want bright open space with a little bit of dark accents. And he goes, Seb, I got you. But he goes, why do you want that? I go, because I want the cocktails and the food to speak for itself. I don't want to have stupid things on the wall and it takes away from my food. And he goes, understandable, let's do it.
Nice.
So I brought the contractor in here, and the contractor knew me since I was a little kid. He's a good friend of my dad's. His name is Ara Selian. I brought him in here, he goes, piece of cake, let's do this. He's like, I was like, all right, what do you want done to this place in order for you to start? He goes, take a sledgehammer to it. I was like, sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's the funnest part.
That's the best part. And that's what we thought. So I brought my brothers, I brought my cousins, Adam brought his brother, himself, my dad, my uncles, everybody that we knew that could carry a hammer. Anybody who had the strength to carry a hammer was in here that day. And in basically 48 hours, we had the entire restaurant gutted.
That is remarkable.
Done. And Adam looks at me and goes, Seb, what the hell just happened? I was like, yo, I'm telling you this place is gonna be something crazy. We needed to gut this place. And we did. We gutted the entire place, and the next day they started. Full renos, full construction, full everything.
At this point, you already have your menu intact.
My menu's
You've
done.
already been dreaming about this.
Exactly. My wine menu's done. My menu's done. My playlist is done for the restaurant. Everything is done. I just needed a spot so I can start banging out food. And we did it. We got the keys June 1st. August 12th was our soft opening. And
before we get to the soft opening, you mentioned friends and family about 25 times in the last 14 minutes that we've been talking. How important is the support that you've gotten from friends and family?
It's a big, big thing for me, because for me, I don't call them friends, I call them family. My friends are family to me, and my family is family. For me, growing up, I was always that kid that was the bad one at high school. I was never good at school. I didn't care about school. So to teachers, I was the one that wasn't gonna get too far in life. So for me, the close group that I have, which is I can count on one hand, have been supporting me since day one.
Good.
And saying, Seb, you will do something. We know your crazy is in your head. Your crazy is gonna be something cool one day. And we know that. So it only felt right that the opening day, which is the 12th, was a family friends event.
Good.
It only felt right to give back to those that love me and care for me, and that I love and care for so dearly. And some of them are non-Armenians. Some of them are my wine guys. Some of them have been the guys that have been with me since the day one that I've started.
The people in the industry, the people that are helping
and that have been supporting me since day one and saying that this kid is going to get somewhere. Plus, you know that
these guys are going to be telling you the truth.
Exactly. And that's what I wanted.
The first couple of weeks, because even though sometimes you think that this dish is the dish, it's going to break, maybe there's something missing, and a few people tell you something, and then you get re-inspired and whatnot.
Exactly. And
Speaking
for me, when it comes to dishes, sorry to interrupt,
go ahead.
For me, how I think of menus and dishes is that, can I put this in front of my late mother?
Okay.
And that's how I put a menu together.
Wow, that is remarkable.
So if, to me, I hear her saying, no, this is not good,
Ixnay.
Bye. On to the next.
Good. So is it safe to say that your mother has a big inspirational push?
Yes.
For your entire operation?
Yes.
Armenians are known to eat. We love food.
Yes.
And I'm going to be a little bit of a devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
There's a big article that came out on Blog Tio.
Yeah.
A huge website. They're big on social media. Thousands and thousands of followers.
Yeah.
When they write something, people are going to listen.
Usually
they had great reviews about your restaurant.
Yeah, 5 stars actually.
When you read comments that are positive, what does it do to your psyche moving forward?
It gives me a high. It gives me a high that nothing can give me. So when you read positive reviews, positive articles, which so far we've been getting, and when you read those, it gives you a natural high, and you're like, oh my God, like I'm actually doing something right. And to me, it only keeps me going even more.
2017, social media is very important.
Huge.
I've seen beautiful pictures that you guys post using your social media handle at
Mayrik
Tio.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about social media. You like it, dislike it, it's a nuisance, it helps, doesn't. Talk to me a little bit about social media.
I personally hate... Listen, I'm big on Instagram, yes. I cannot stand Instagram at the same time. The reason being is because they come to the restaurant, they order their food, and the first thing they do before even trying it is they take fucking pictures of it.
Welcome to 2017, bro.
And for me, it's like, dude, eat the goddamn food. Eat it. Because then it gets cold and it's not the way that I want you to eat it.
Good job, bro. That's awesome.
So, yes, we do post on social media, and yes, we are in a social media world that we have to accommodate for all that.
Yep.
But at the same time, for me, I wish we went dark completely. No website, no Instagram, no Facebook, no nothing. That's my ideal restaurant. But for me right now, it's our first place. We have to...
Yeah, you're trying to make a name for yourself as a chef, as a restaurateur. We have to.
Second, third, whatever it is, there's no way in hell I'm doing an Instagram account. There's no way.
But don't you like seeing a picture of your plate and someone saying yummy in my tummy?
Yeah, sure.
Or come check it out.
Sure, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, you didn't even eat this before you posted it up.
www.theunclemikeshow.com. We're locked and loaded with chef, owner of Myric, new restaurant here in this is called Midtown, I believe?
Yeah, Midtown or Leaside.
What's the address?
1580 Bayview.
Reservation required?
100%.
Wow, that's 100%. How we roll, baby.
100%. We're a small little dining room, so we're getting busier and busier as the days go by, and we don't want to sound like assholes, but at the same time, reservations are kind of
well,
required.
Of course, absolutely. I had the pleasure to come in on the second week that you guys were in operation.
Yeah.
I brought my wife and daughter. I had the time of my life. We tried as many of the plates as possible.
Which is the only way to do it.
That's it, man. And I'll be honest, personally speaking, I enjoyed every single plate.
Thank you, man.
The first reason why, the originality of it.
Thank you.
When you hear manta, you don't think of what you served.
Exactly.
When you think of sarma, it's not what you served.
Especially the sarma.
Now I'm gonna ask you this question, and I know it's gonna be hard for you to answer, but I would like if you could put it out there.
Don't ask me what's my favorite dish to cook.
No, not your favorite dish to cook, but what would be the chef's recommendation for someone that walks into Myric for the first time?
Manta, fattoush, or the beet salad, one or the other, or both, the lamb chops, and the cauliflower. Those are our staples, and including our fish. If you're into fish, that's what we're known for, is our lamb and our fish.
Okay.
Our steak is high up there. We've had people tell us that this is the best steak they've ever had.
Okay.
Which to us is like surreal, because we're like, dude, it's an 8-ounce cut of New York strip. Yeah, we're aging it. Yeah, we're taking good care of it. At the same time, it's an 8-ounce cut. It's an 8-ounce cut. It's nothing crazy.
Okay.
But for us,
but it's
steak,
flavor. Don't forget. If you're a connoisseur, it's the flavor.
The steak for us is an Armenian Sunday dinner.
Yep.
Instead of doing tikka kebab, we did a steak. Instead of having roasted peppers and roasted onions, we made that into sauce. So there's a lot of different things that we did, and people are like, holy shit, like this tastes like Sunday dinner, but it's not Sunday dinner.
It's completely different.
So that's what we try to do, is we try to bring nostalgia to the Armenians that come in, and at the same time we try to educate the non-Armenians that are coming in there with our entire atmosphere, which is we only play Greek and Armenian music. We only serve Greek, Lebanese, Armenian food. We only have Greek, Lebanese, Armenian wines.
Okay. So basically you stuck to one corner of the map.
Exactly.
And you're trying to make it blossom as much as possible.
Exactly.
In the 6, Myric's making noise. You heard it from the chef. You could read the article on Blog TO. But if you want to be your own critic, please repeat the address for our followers.
1580 Bayview Avenue. 1580 Bayview Avenue. Oh.
Before I let you go
ahead.
I want you to tell our listeners one thing.
Yeah.
If someone is an up-and-coming chef, a kid that's going to be listening to this interview, and you want them to take one thing from the Culinary Institute, what would it be?
I'm still a kid myself, but one thing I can say is do not give up. It'll be hard, but never give up in this life. Because I have learned out from my past experiences that the second you give up, nothing will come to you. Life does not just hand you glory and fame and
success.
Everything. It doesn't hand you anything. You have to go out there and literally grab that yourself. So if anything, do not give up. Your dreams are your dreams and make those into a reality.
Here you go, baby. Now it's time. Point your fingers from coast to coast, baby.
Wow, wow, wow. That was a great show with Chef Sebouh from Myric, Toronto here. I would like to apologize. I heard that it's not, as I was listening to the show as well, it's not a fusion. It's not an Armenian fusion, guys. So as you heard Chef Sebouh say, it's something more with Lebanese and Greek and Armenian culture. He took the best trio you can get and mixed it up. Great show. Can't wait to get to Myric again and to devour those foods again. Before we end the show, I just want to let you know for next week we have our none other than The Highway. Very excited for this show as well, guys. 4 great guys from Montreal. I was able to hear them live at the festival. Amazing band, up and coming. They already are settled in Montreal. Tune in next week, 9 p.m. For the Uncle Mike Show's episode with The Highway. Well, folks, this is it for me. Hopefully Uncle Mike will make it next Thursday because this is very nerve-wracking. I mean, mad respect to Uncle Mike because I can't do this. I cannot do this another week. So point your fingers, guys, from coast to coast and say it with me. Unclehood is imminent.
Yeah.